Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today we are making a 4-ingredient easy chapati recipe, beginners friendly even for the first timers. Please excuse my voice, I'm recovering from a cold. Let's get into it. I will start by measuring 1 kg of all-purpose flour. I will list the ingredients in the description box. Also feel free to have the recipe if you want to make less chapatis. To the all-purpose flour, add salt and whisk to incorporate fully. Then gradually add water as you need. With me here, I have a glass pitcher with 900 ml of warm water, but I ended up using 550 ml. Now, the usage of water might vary depending on the dough consistency you are hoping to achieve. Some people like it hard and some soft. I like my chapati dough on the softer side. Another thing I may need to mention, especially if it's your first time making chapatis, don't be intimidated when the dough is sticky during the kneading process. After it has rested, it will be manageable due to the gluten developed while kneading, which brings me to another point. There's no cutting corners when it comes to making chapatis. Not many people enjoy making chapatis due to the kneading time. But if you have a stand mixer, you may also use it to cut on the kneading time. Remember, the secret to the most soft chapatis is in the kneading time, so you will need to use a lot of elbow grease. Once the dough has come together, transfer on a wax surface and knead until there are no traces of flour, and then add cooking oil, which gives it a glossy finish and also works as a tenderizer. Knead the dough for another 10 to 15 minutes until the oil is fully absorbed and the dough is smooth. Transfer in a bowl and coat with a little oil to avoid development of skin, or rather a dry dough. Cover and let it rest for 30 to an hour, depending on the time you have at hand. But this stage is very crucial so that the dough can be easily managed when rolling out. I rested the dough for an hour and you can see the elasticity and how soft the dough is, and it's not even sticky. Transfer on the wax surface, and because my dough is big, I will divide it into 2 parts and work each part separately. Generously coat the wax surface with some flours and roll out the dough. I am really enjoying this method. For one, it's not time consuming and also less amount of oil needed, unlike the other method that requires you to subdivide the dough into small balls and grease them individually. After the dough is rolled out, spoon 3 tablespoons of cooking oil on it. I am using cowboy for those living in Kenya or East Africa if you have it in your stores. Basically for its beautiful aroma and the sweet fruity taste it adds to the end results on the chapatis. Smear the oil evenly throughout the rolled out dough. You can also use the back of a spoon. I am using my hands, it's what I prefer. Then cut into equal stripes either horizontally or diagonally. There is no particular procedure or method. Then take each stripe and roll it up into a spiral shape like so, depending on the thickness you want your chapatis to be. Some like them thick, some like them thin. Repeat with the rest, and once done, cover to avoid drying and rest the dough to avoid resistance during rolling out before cooking. I rested mine for 40 minutes. Heat a pan or a towel on a medium flame heat. Then roll out the dough pieces one at a time into a circle. It doesn't have to be precise, there is no marking scheme. Round chapatis are a big deal here in Kenya. Make sure you dust the wax surface generously to avoid the dough from sticking on the rolling pin. After you have achieved the desired thickness or the diameter, transfer into a pan. Now this first stage in Swahili we call it choma, as it gives it that char marks before frying to get that combat-like pattern. Also, it's a pre-cooking stage to aid in having fully cooked chapatis without raw meat section. To save on time, I like to repeat the same with numerous pieces in 5s or 6. to reduce the workload. Then I fry them all together at once. Now there are two methods of frying chapatis. The first one that I will start with is the one that you stack 2 to 4 pieces cooked chapatis and add oil on the base, and then you lift so that the oil can melt under and fry the chapati. After the chapati has cooked through, flip and repeat the other side. This is a complex method. There are possibilities of getting burnt. I got burnt on this day, not from using my bare hands to handle the chapatis because I am used to it, but from the steam emitted from cooking chapatis while flipping, so be careful. Also use a damp towel or a spatula while spinning the chapatis. So recently my little sister, God bless her heart, confessed that she was intimidated with chapati making because I used to scream so much in the kitchen while at it. I started making chapatis while I was between 11 to 13 years old. Those days there were soap operas on the local TV station, and so I could run late while preparing the chapatis. My favorite program was going on and I was busy slaving away in the kitchen, knowing very well my siblings will not tell me what happened because they were petty like that. I told her I was not screaming because of the burns or the overheated pan, but out of frustration of missing out on the cheering that went on during my favorite program. Thank God she found her way back and she's making chapatis like a pro. Once the chapatis are ready, transfer in a hot pot or in an insulated container and cover and set aside. The second method, which is a beginner's friendly method, is where you stack up 2 pieces of pre-cooked chapatis and add oil on the top piece, then distribute evenly, then flip and fry while moving it around with a spoon or a damp cloth, while checking to see if it has cooked before smearing the other side with oil. Once the bottom chapati is cooked, smear oil on the top chapati and flip. Repeat the same process with the other side. There you have it, guys. Easy 4-ingredient beginners friendly chapati recipe. Try it and let me know in the comments below. Kindly subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification button for more contents like this. Like the video and share. Until the next one, God bless.